What's going on, guys? Noobs here. And yes, the day of reckoning is upon us. Nintendo has finally detailed their paid online service for Switch. And oh boy. So the price was already known, but officially it's going to be $20 a year US. But that is for just one account. If you want to use multiple accounts or multiple Switches, that you're probably going to want the family plan. That is $35 a year. You can have up to 8 accounts linked to that. Now, in both cases, this is still quite a bit cheaper than the competition. Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus, had to think about that, are both $60 a year US. So really not that bad. Granted, maybe you get what you pay for. Because, yes, voice chat still requires the mobile app. Cloud saves people are coming. But this as well has actually generated a ton of controversy because finally Nintendo is offering you a way to back up your saves. But as far as I can tell, this is the first time in history, at least since the advent of memory cards and hard drives and all of that in our consoles, that backing up your saves has required a fee. Because on past systems, think about on the Wii, the Wii U, you could offload or duplicate your saves onto a memory card or a hard drive in some cases. I mean, and as well, like the Switch, it's so easy to lose your saves because it's portable. So it could be lost or stolen or damaged much easier than a normal console. So it's makes it feel almost mandatory, like they're holding the safety of our saves hostage with this. Still, look, I mean, I've said before I would pay for this service for cloud saves alone, and at least they're doing this. All right, but here's where it gets really pathetic. They have also detailed how they're going to work with those long-promised NES games. So they're calling this Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Switch Online. It's going to launch with 20 NES games and supposedly new games added regularly. Of course, Nintendo's definition of added regularly back in the Virtual Console days doesn't suggest, doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, let's say. So yes, 20 to start with. The 10 they named up front are soccer, tennis, Donkey Kong, Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros., Balloon Fight, Ice Climbers, Dr. Mario, Zelda, Mario 3. I feel like I have just done this rant so many times. In fact, here's a clip. It is just the same old, emphasis on old, the same games they trot out all the time. Here's a great comment from a man currently going by Arcade Gomez over on our Facebook page. That same old NES lineup that they keep rolling out has a completely nullified effect on me at this point. It's like my brain just leapfrogs over them whenever they're mentioned as some kind of gracious deliverance. Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, I could have told you these were going to be the games before they announced them. Like, these games aren't worth anything. They don't soften the blow of paying for this subscription service at all to me. I don't care about... Who cares about playing Balloon Fight online? This is terrible. Look, it sounds like Nintendo is going for that Netflix of video games type of service, except that we're dealing with the same pathetic, anemic lineup of NES games that they keep giving us over and over again, and that's been completely devalued. What I don't understand is how they could do such a good job with the game libraries on both the NES and Super Nintendo classics, and then give us this, and just expect us to find this appealing at all. If they start really going hard with Super Nintendo, N64, and GameCube nostalgia, and those were the kind of games we were getting on here, you'd be blowing me away right now. But I mean, as far as we know, it's only going to be NES games. Oh boy. All right, now, all of this news made it pretty clear Virtual Console was dead, and really, you could have assumed that even beforehand with things like the ACA Neo Geo and the ACA not Neo Geo series coming to Switch, as well as, Sega Ages, as you know, Bad Dudes has shown up on the system. Plus, there's been quite a few retro collections on the system. So all of that indicated already that Virtual Console was not happening. But now they've made it official. Kotaku has a quote. There are currently no plans to bring classic games together under the Virtual Console banner, as has been done on other Nintendo systems. Now, if you just read that part, you think, well, maybe they could just rebrand Virtual Console. The quote goes on. There are a variety of ways in which classic games from Nintendo and other publishers are made available on Nintendo Switch, such as through NES, Nintendo Switch Online, Nintendo eShop, or as packaged collections. So all of that really says it, I think. It's clear at this point there will be no Virtual Console or Virtual Console-like service on the Switch. You're going to get things piecemeal in these various kind of series and collections, and you're gonna get these NES games. You know, honestly, I would love to see the download numbers on these NES games once this service gets started. Like, who's getting Balloon Fight again? I don't know, man. Like, are there people at Nintendo who are genuinely like, oh, people love our NES games. They're all super nostalgic for NES games. Let's give them those. That'll be like just people love it. Or are they like, let's just give them these because we have to give them something and these are already worthless. Like, I'd really like to know what the feeling inside Nintendo is. Like, do they see these NES games as a real value add to consumers? Because it's not. And frankly, adding online play to these games is a waste of effort on their part. I mean, and part of it too is not just how old these NES games are and how many times we've already bought them, but also like the N64 and GameCube were really built on multiplayer in a way that NES and to some extent the Super Nintendo were not. The whole 4 controller ports thing made it just such an integral part of those systems. I'd be much more interested in playing those games with online multiplayer. And you know what else? You know what else, Nintendo? I paid for these Virtual Console games on Wii. I paid the upgrade fees on Wii U. You know, I took the hit being an ambassador to get a whole bunch of retro games on my 3DS. And I get nothing to show for it on Switch. You know, there's no upgrade, easy upgrade fee to bring all my Wii and Wii U and 3DS Virtual Console stuff over. If I want access to even the least interesting part of that collection, I got to pay for this online service. And granted, yeah, I was going to do that anyways. But it's almost worse. It's almost worse to have never promised these online games. I mean, maybe Nintendo feels obligated because the competition includes free games with their paid online services, but those are good modern games, and they're released on the regular. Not, does anyone have any faith that Nintendo claiming these new games will be added regularly actually means that these will be released at more than just a handful a month, maybe at one every 2 weeks or something? Like, if Nintendo hits me with 5 a week or even 5 to 10 a month, I would be awed. But it's not gonna happen. I can tell you that right now. And sadly enough, this also coincides. Recently they cut off the ability to add funds to the Wii shop, so you're going to quickly lose the ability to pick up Virtual Console games on your Wii or through Wii Mode on your Wii U. And how long is that Wii U shop going to stay open either? It's not going to be forever, guys. So I don't know what to tell you. I feel like the era of Nintendo giving us even mediocre access to their back catalog is ending. And it's going to be what we're stuck with. Let's hope for more classic edition consoles. But having said that, I'd much rather play this stuff on Switch. It's so much nicer in your hands, portable. Retro games often make such great portable games. Man, what are we doing with our lives? All right, let me know. Let me know, guys. What do you think about Nintendo's paid online announcements here? What do you make of these details? Are you mourning Virtual Console like I am? Let me know, and thanks for watching.